enemy's ADCRS, Air Defense Command and Radar System, has been identified. You can expect a steep drop in enemy effectiveness if this site is destroyed. The enemy has an effective SAM kill zone around the target. Its one weak point is a narrow ravine leading to the base. This requires precision, nap of the earth flying. Target, enemy radar site. You have no effective countermeasures to this model of SAM. Exit the ravine and you are toast.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Shoot him away! Enemy target located. Enemy in sight.
The enemy's ADCRS, Air Defense Command and Radar System, has been identified. We can expect a steep drop in enemy effectiveness if this site is destroyed. The enemy has an effective SAM.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Toast! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Toast! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Shoot him away! Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot him down! Toast! Enemy in sight. Locked on target. Great shot! Mission accomplished.
regaining Donetsk City is a prime strategic consideration for the enemy. To forestall offensive operations, we will strike their staging area. Target, staging facilities and B-1 bombers. Our goal is to hit them just before their incursion begins.
Ready? Break now! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Quick shot! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Him away! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Enemy targets located. Let's return to mission, buddy!
Warning!
Locked on us. Missile approaching.
Body damage.
Nice!
Alert! Body damage. Alert! Body damage.
On our right,
Alert!
bogey on our
Body
6.
damage. Alert! Body damage.
Up ahead! Let's return to mission, buddy! Jesus, missed! On our right! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on. Take off! Jesus, missed! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, missed! Don't let him get away! Jesus, up ahead! Fire! Shoot it back one! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Stay back one! Freaking wasted! Let's return to mission, buddy! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot!
Alert! Body damage. Alert! Body damage. Alert! Body damage.
Enemy
Alert!
target
Body
located.
damage. Alert! Body damage.
Enemy locked on target. Look on our tail! Bingo! Yahoo! On our right! Enemy in Pokey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Take off! Great shot! Mission accomplished.
Naval intelligence report a transport heading to Nauicot Bay. Since it may be a troop transport, we need to sink it before it docks. Follow up with destruction of the island port facilities. The opposition is expected to consist of an enemy fighter wing of unknown composition and patrolling Aegis warships. The Aegis missile system is highly effective. Eliminate the warships quickly.
Ready? Break now!
Warning.
Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it deck, take off! Enemy targets located. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down!
Warning.
Bogey on our 6. And Bogey on our 6. Fire! Shoot it down!
Warning.
On our right! Take off! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! On our left! Bogey at 12 o'clock! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Take off! Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive!
Caution. Caution.
Enemy in sight. On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with Jesus! Miss! Don't let it get away! Here! Out! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target.
Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage. Alert.
Enemy
Body
locked on
damage.
target.
Alert. Body damage.
Shot!
Alert. Body damage.
Low, fire! Enemy locked on target.
Alert. Body damage.
Low, fire!
Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Altitude too low. Climb!
Caution. Low altitude.
Altitude
Caution.
too low. Climb!
Low altitude. Caution.
Bingo! Yahoo!
Low
Altitude
altitude.
too low. Climb!
Caution. Low altitude.
Enemy target. Altitude too
Low
low.
altitude.
Climb! Up ahead! On our left!
Caution.
Up ahead! On our Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6. On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Enemy in sight. On our left. On our right.
Caution.
Pull out of it.
Engine stalled.
On our right. Up ahead.
Caution.
Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot him down. Take
Caution.
those. On our left. Focus on our
Alert,
six.
body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body
Take
damage.
off.
Alert, body damage.
Focus on our
Alert,
six.
body damage.
Enemy targets located. On our right. Enemy locked on target. Take those. Slow. Fire.
Naval Intelligence report a transport heading to Nawikot Bay. Since it may be a troop transport, we need to sink it before it docks. Follow up with destruction of the island port.
Ready? Break now. Enemy locked on target. Locked on
Alert,
missile
body
approaching.
damage.
Dive.
Alert, body damage.
On our right.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Bogey on our six.
Alert, body damage.
On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. On our right. Bogey on our six. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Take off. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Toes. On our right.
Warning.
Up ahead. Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Bogey on our six. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Bogey on our six. Jesus, miss. Bogey on our tail. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our six. On our left. Up ahead. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss.
Warning.
Fire. Bogey on our six. Stay with him. Jesus, miss. Go through him. Bogey on our six.
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Bingo. Yahoo! Blew him away. Enemy in sight. Altitude too low. Climb.
Caution. Low altitude. Caution.
Too low. Climb.
Low altitude. Caution. Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
Too low. Climb.
Alert body damage.
Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Climb. Altitude too low. Climb.
Caution. Low altitude. Caution.
Too low. Climb.
Low altitude. Caution.
Enemy in sight. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight. Altitude too low. Climb.
Caution.
Enemy target located. Altitude too low. Climb.
Caution.
Great shot. Focus well
Alert
again.
body
Too
damage.
low. Climb.
Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. On our left. Altitude too low. Climb. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Take up. Altitude too low. Climb.
Caution.
Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down.
Warning. Warning.
Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Fire. Shoot it down. Bingo. Yeah. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot it down. Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot it down. Enemy target focus. Locked on.
Warning.
Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus. Miss. On our right. Let's return to mission, buddy. Up ahead. Fire. Shoot it down. Here. Toast. Enemy in sight. Altitude too low. Climb.
Caution.
Enemy locked on target.
Low altitude. Caution.
Too low. Climb.
Low altitude.
Mission accomplished.
Your mercenary unit has proved its reliability. We request you aid in the extraction of one of our officers from the enemy mountain fortress. We can only send one unit without alerting the opposition. Target: cripple enemy air defense and land on their runway. Only you have the requisite skills. You will be paid handsomely.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down!
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Up ahead!
Alert, body damage.
Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6. Wait! We'll take off! On our left!
Caution,
Pull out of it!
engine stall.
Bogey at 12 o'clock! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Jesus, miss! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Jesus, miss! Stay with him. Jesus, miss! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Back one! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Bogey on our tail! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Blew him away! Enemy target located. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Take off! Great shot! Enemy target located. Jesus! Enemy target located. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. On our left. Enemy locked up. Up ahead! Jesus, miss! Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Bingo! Yahoo! Wait! On our right! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Close at 12 o'clock. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! He's wasted!
Despite the elimination of all fuel refineries, the enemy continues to conduct operations